So yeah, at this property, which I am going to be taking on from a landlord that I have a very good relationship with. Basically, I'm moving some clients from one of my other properties. So I actually have my direct booking website. So I can actually send you my direct booking website and then you can book directly. The property is available. So yeah, even if you want to extend beyond the 3 weeks, that's completely fine.
That would be fantastic. Thank you so much.
No problem. The margin you can really make from HMOs is no longer the same way it was before. You know, it's really squeezed down, and this is why it doesn't really make sense anymore. You know, unless you own the property, I don't really think there is a point of even doing rent-to-rent HMO. Yes, so I'm back with another video today. I'm actually checking out a property that I'm actually going to be taking on with the landlord and my main handyman. So yeah, at this property, which I am going to be taking on from a landlord that I have a very good relationship with. Yeah, basically I'm moving some clients from one of my other properties and I'm moving them into this property. So yeah, this was previously used as a 6-bed HMO, but I'm actually going to be putting a family inside. Yeah man, the property needs some works. But the family are keen to move in. For those who obviously know me, they know pretty much I do Airbnb and everything like that, but I'm also big on diversification, and this is exactly what I'm going to do in this property here. I think sometimes when you scale, it's always important to know when to diversify, know how to diversify, and the family that I'm actually putting in this property is a family that, you know, vetted heavily, you know, people that I'm happy to accommodate long term, and yeah, it's just going to be a win-win, to be honest. I have a property that I'm definitely going to have on a long-term let, and I have a family who's happy to be on a long-term let. And yeah, it's just a win-win. So obviously got my guy run to come and check all the works that need to be done so that we can just essentially get this place ready ASAP. The property that they're currently in is actually one of my Airbnb properties. It's actually a big family, but the property is actually quite small. So what they need to do is they want to really move ASAP into this new place. And honestly, it's just perfect, man. I can't lie to you, it's perfect because the property's just coming back on the market. You know, before she even advertised it out, she sent it to me, and I'm literally ready. Got people ready to move in. It's healthy, innit? But yeah, this is the life, showing you the behind the scenes of what it's like taking on a property, inspecting it. This is actually my first time coming to it. All I just know is that it's gonna print money. So, Jane, that booked my Airbnb.
Yes, sir. So my colleague Jane booked the Airbnb at Dolberg Way with yourself for Susan Murphy and her family.
For when? When did she book it for? Oh, yes. No, I remember. Yes, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a current reservation, sir, that you've got in place until tomorrow.
Yes.
But I'm looking to make another 3-week extension.
Yes.
It won't be from Jane's account. It'll be from the one that the council set up for in Jamie Joe.
That's perfectly fine.
I'm just letting you know, sir. Yeah, but I'm going to do another reservation. It is still the same family, but it's the correct team now. That can
no problem. So
is
yeah,
that okay?
Yeah, perfect. So so are you going to book it from Airbnb or is it going to be direct?
I'm looking to book it through Airbnb, unless you'd like to do it directly.
No, I'm happy to do it direct.
Okay. Do you have an availability at the moment?
Yes.
Just to provide like an online link?
Yes.
Can we pay through an online link?
Yes,
okay.
100%. So I actually have my direct booking website. So I can actually send you my direct booking website and then you can book directly. The property is available. So yeah, even if you want to extend beyond the 3 weeks, that's completely fine.
That would be fantastic. Thank you so much for that. I'll let the teams know. Can I give you our email address? And it'll be before the 28th.
Sure.
Yeah, it won't be on today.
That's completely fine. Perfect.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Very much appreciate that.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.
Time to send it to my assistant. Hey, hope you're well. Just a quick one. So, Dolberg Way, there is going to be a 3-week extension. So, if you can now send an invoice to this person for Dolberg Way, check the nightly rate on uplisting and send a invoice to this client for 3 weeks. And also update the cleaning team for Dolberg Way, so there should be no clean tomorrow. Cool. So for those who are just wondering what on earth happened, I literally just got a inquiry from a client. So in my Airbnb, I've actually got people who have been in there I think they were displaced for an issue at their property, and now the clients, the owner of the company that's rearranging their move, essentially just got in touch with me and yeah, offered a 3-week extension for their client essentially. So yeah, you know, this is what I love about this game. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that this happens every single time. I think where I'm at right now, obviously I've been in the game for quite a while, I've built some decent relationships, so things like that do happen quite often. So it's also good as well because we're entering the quote unquote dry season. And for a lot of people into the dry season, a lot of people panic. The reason why a lot of people panic is because they only rely on Airbnb and Booking.com. But me, I've obviously grown my business to a place where I don't necessarily just rely on that. But yeah, honestly, it's a blessing, man. I thank God. But yeah, anyway, I'm sure I was talking about HMOs and why I'm not really a fan of HMOs, especially rent to HMOs, because especially with the interest rates from landlords, the margin you can really make from HMOs is no longer the same way it was before. You know, it's really squeezed down, and this is why it doesn't really make sense anymore. You know, unless you own the property, I don't really think there is a point of even doing rent-to-rent HMO. A lot of people want to get to rent to HMO because they look at it and they think, okay, cool, this is perfect. You know, it's going to be completely passive. But really and truly, with my rent to HMO, it feels like I'm managing kids. Like, I'll be real, it feels like I'm managing kids. And even the HMO that I bought, sometimes I'm getting like tenants who are just like super slow with paying the rent. You know, and obviously this one I actually own it. So honestly, man, I think you just got to know when to pick your hard. And again, there is a risk with putting a family in the property. The biggest risk is obviously with the renter reform bill. You know, that's with the renter reform bill, like for landlords, honestly, man, I feel like it's really going to deter a lot of people from actually wanting to remain landlords. I think what it's actually going to do is going to probably make a lot of people want to end up selling up their portfolio. And I think we're already seeing that. We're already seeing a massive uprise in terms of landlords actually wanting to sell their portfolio. You know, so I think for me, I understand that there is a level of risk in terms of me putting a family into the property, especially one that wants to stay in there long term, because now they could just decide that they don't want to leave and they could decide that they don't want to pay the rent, you know. But I think for me, what I've just had to do, again, part of it is just the grace of God, but what I've had to do is just really do my due diligence on them and really just try to build a decent relationship with them, you know. And I think that can often do half the job if you genuinely have a decent relationship with them, you know, and it works both ways. Again, some people just might be super difficult, but I think when you look to do that, it can help when you vet them heavily, understand them, they understand you, and just try and make it a win-win. But God willing, man, we'll put that in his hands. But yeah, man, that's the plan for this property. And the property that they're actually in, I'm actually going to put that back on Airbnb, because really and truly a lot of contractors end up booking that property. And yeah, the plan that I'm actually going to use for that property is actually going to be used for another business model, which I'll probably reveal in due time. But yeah, this video, I'm probably going to make a part 2 of the video, actually going around in my handy van, looking at all the things that we're actually going to do to this property, or maybe I might just put it together, I don't know. But to be honest, if this is the end of the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, make sure you're locked into the YouTube and stay locked in for the journey, man. But yeah.